for what you did.
They're
They're
non-lethal.
Hurt them.
The way those people were acting.
Yep.
I've seen this
What's up,
before.
friend?
They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly. Some folks just shrug it off. Others hallucinate. And some lose control altogether. They'll lash out at anyone around them. But still be aware while they're doing it. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the Terramorph. Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Shit. Shit. How you feeling, Jade?
All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Oh shit, aliens coming. Aliens coming.
My backup. Don't just stand there. Good.
Okay, a real weapon. Silly Hank.
Experts. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad. Barely
Didn't want a
holding
front
our
foul.
perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Okay. Okay, let's see.
Take out the aliens.
Well, it lied to you, Cal. It lied. That's what aliens do, they lie. It did. I'm sorry. Don't you mess with Nana. I've dealt with tougher things than you, Mr. Alien.
Help! Help! They're gonna kill me! I don't even...
God damn it.
need a gun. Need some help here!
What is this, a new surprise? Let's see how quickly it can be done.
Come on!
Aliens lie, exactly. They knows. What is this thing doing?
Oh, hi. Don't let them get me. This is useless.
Oh, well. Guess we're back to our axe.
You've already lost.
Okay, let's heal.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
Okay.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place.
What's it doing? Did the game just lock up? Great. It locked up, huh? I'm gonna go pee and see if it fucking fixes while I'm gone. Because it seems like the game's just frozen. What do you want, poodle? Poodle. Not quite. I want to pee. I can't believe it crashed that bad, man. And I can't believe it, but... God damn it. Yeah, you should. I only paid $60 for mine.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us. Roger that. We're eyes open.
Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
Yeah, like I said, it was $60 in mine. $59.99. Can you reload, please?
I don't even need a gun.
That was even easier than I expected. Because this game's buggy as shit still, even though it's been out for a year and a half. I mean, I turned in a mission and it froze the game.
Because it's me, Jade. Comes to the territory. Comes to the territory.
All wrapped up. We should go tell the sergeant what happened.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
Thank the heavens you're back in one piece. Well, I guess our people weren't so lucky.
The few protecting the many.
And it would have been plenty more if it hadn't been for the two of you. The city owes you both a debt after this.
We were just in the right place at the right time. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Let's go. Let's go.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
Go.
Terramorphs.
That's a relief to hear. Captain, Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals,
I don't know, Jade.
we're going to need the right
Oh.
people in the right places.
I don't know.
As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? I'm glad to hear it.
Count me in, ma'am.
Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Heroes were meant to down that space
I'm gonna go check in with
That includes you.
Start getting ran together for that data.
The things we do here, the tech we develop, benefits all of humanity.
Okay.
Hello.
Chief Yassine, these orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC's already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
I couldn't agree more. However, both
Berserker!
ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean
Would you
we can't
like
get
to make
creative.
King fuck
But
berserker?
it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with.
Who do you want to start with?
Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun? The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is
I'm enjoying
suggesting you
it,
try and
Wabba.
negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Give me a second. I'm gonna go get an energy drink. I have way too much shit at his desk. Let me grab an energy drink. I'll be right back.
All
Daniel
right.
Radcliffe?
Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval. It does, but there's a concern. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
This woman's got some bangs, man.
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't
How you
already
doing
discussed,
today, buddy?
don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
I couldn't tell you why, but the last game I was... the person's
Here
name
on
was
Vanguard
Radcliffe.
business?
That's why I said that.
Just doesn't add up. Spaceport has anti.
Get back my axe. Yeah, one of the people I'm looking for is named something Radcliffe, so that was... Was the tree dude over here? The old tree dude right there.
I'm doing pretty good. In fact, things have been going so well, I'm kind of worried for when my luck turns.
What's the word for that again?
Excuse me.
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial. You know, hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective.
All that security and they
But
still
you lead,
protect
and I'll
our
follow.
spaceport. Never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go? You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance, one, to convince me. Understood. I'm listening. You know that for sure. That is interesting. A fair point. How would it look if the Collective simply sat by while more attacks came to pass? Please don't talk to me like a... Captain, I'm sorry.
God damn it. Oh, excuse me.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room.
I'm going to be
What's
upfront.
even happening, Jade?
I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you need, and I'll follow.
The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
You're allowed 3 places. Conference
I'm
room,
sorry.
lobby, or the
Do you have an
ambassador's
appointment?
office. You set foot anywhere else, there's going to be problems.
Ah, you're the one, McIntyre. You have my now, now the use... I can only presume... I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. I will not be the one responsible for its release. You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. You know that for sure. Oh, I understand precisely what's... Captain, I'm sorry, but my...
I'm trying to get this thing so I can get these fucking persuasions done.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
I'm going to be upfront, of course. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective.
Excuse me.
But you need, and I'll follow.
Supposed to be.
You're allowed 3
I'm sorry.
Conference
Do you
room,
have an
lobby,
appointment?
or the ambassador's office. You set foot anywhere else, there's going to be problems.
Ah, you're the one. You have my now, now the UC... I can only Let me be frank. I will not be the one... You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. You know... Responsible governance will not be rushed. Captain, I'm sorry.
God damn it, dude. It's like every time I get different options from her, which is also weird.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective, but you lead, and I'll follow.
The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one. You have my thing. Now, she also... That now the UC wants... I can only presume. Let me be frank.
Yeah,
I
the
will not
mobile's
be the one
real
responsible.
bad.
You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. You know that for sure. Oh, I understand precisely.
Why does it work sometimes?
Less than a generate. Captain, I'm... Terramorphs? As in more than
What,
one?
Val?
All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Sounds like it was.
I'm sorry.
Down at the spaceport.
Ah, you're the one, McIntyre. You have my thing. Now, that now the UC wants... I can only Let me be frank. I will not be the one You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. The warm-up...
What the fuck? That was green!
Captain, I'm sorry, but...
Why didn't that load when it was green? I picked the green one. The green one should always work.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one. You have my thing. Now, she also... That now the UC... I can only presume. Let me be frank. I will not be the one You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. And if the United Colonies...
God damn it.
Captain, I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Do you... Ah, you're the one. You have my... Now, she also... That now the use... I can only presume. Let me be frank. I will not be the one... You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. You know that for sure.
Can I save now? No.
I suppose you might be right. Easy to... Doing nothing is certainly preferable.
God
Captain,
damn it,
I'm
dude! Why does this feel like it's a fucking like rolling the dice every single fucking time? My cactus? What are you talking about?
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Oh, that.
I'm sorry. Do you have an... Ah, you're the one. You have my thing. Now, that now the UC... I can only presume you're here. Let me be frank. I will not be the... You're really gonna push the... I'm listening. You know... I suppose you're right. It's possible I might. Please don't talk to me. Captain, I'm sorry.
God damn it!
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Do you have... Ah, you're the one, Mac. You have my...
I've tried this like 8 times.
That now the UC wants Terramorph. I can only presume...
I'm just trying to get this done in the... I'm trying to persuade her.
Let me be frank.
And it's not working very well.
Not be the one responsible. You're really gonna push this?
I've only done persuade once, so like my persuading isn't great.
The warmongers of the UC...
That was green!
Captain, I'm sorry, but...
Why? It was green. It should have fucking worked.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Ah, you're the one.
This just feels random as shit, man.
That now the UC.
God damn it, mods! Get him!
You're here
Get him, Berserker! Ban!
Let me be
ban!
frank.
Mods, ban!
I will not be the one
Cheat
responsible
viewers.
for it. You're really gonna push?
Mods, who's gonna do it? Mods!
I'm listening. The warmongers of the UC will find a way to...
God damn it, mods. God damn it. I banned him. I'm out here having to mod my own channel. What is this bullshit?
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Ah, you're the one McIntyre called. You have my thing. Now, she also... That now the UC... I can only presume you're... Let me be frank. I will not be the one... You're really gonna push... I'm listening. The warmongers of the
Why
UC
didn't that
will find
work?
a way to make it dangerous. You have my word. Captain, I'm sorry, but...
This is real dumb. This is real dumb.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
When the green doesn't work,
sorry.
I'm like, what is the point of the system that, like,
Ah,
if
you're
the
the one,
green is supposed to be
McIntyre.
good?
You have my thing. Now, that now the UC wants...
Why does
I
her
can
lip
only
look so
presume.
weird?
Let me be frank. I will not be the one responsible. You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. You know that? I suppose you're right. It's possible I might. Please don't talk to me like I'm some cold... Captain, I'm sorry, but...
No, you can't quick save during the conversation, apparently. It's the main
excuse
game
me.
in Arcane. I've never
Are
played
you
it before.
supposed to be in here? I'm sorry.
I'm playing as an old lady.
Ah, you're the one.
Going through
You have my thing.
the
Now,
systems.
that now the use. I can only presume you're here to.
How you doing, friend?
Let me be frank. I will not be the one. You're really gonna push this? I'm listening.
I've enjoyed it
The
so far.
warmongers of the UC.
Why?
It's possible I might be less than a generate. Captain, I'm sorry.
I've been trying to get through this fucking conversation for the last like 10 minutes.
Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Ah, you're the one. You have my thing. Now, that now the use.
Well, she's a
I
giant
can only
cunt,
presume
dude.
you're here. Let me be frank. I will not be the one. You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. You know that? You think this is about the cost of being responsible governance will not. Captain, I'm sorry, but my Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Ah, you're the one, McIntyre. You have my thing. Now, now the use... I can only presume you're... Let me be frank. I will not be the one... You're really gonna push... I'm listening. You know that for... I suppose you're right. It's possible. Preventing more deaths is precise. Captain, I'm sorry, but... Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Do you have an... Ah, you're the one, Mac. You have my thing. Now, she also... That now the UC... I can only presume. Let me be frank. I will not be the one responsible. You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. The warmongers of the UC will find a step towards better relations. Are you suggesting we can't...
So I just
Captain,
got...
I'm sorry, but my answer is not
past
changing.
the red, and...
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Do you... Ah, you're the one, Mackin. You have my thanks for... Now, she also... That now the UC wants... I can only presume you're here...
It doesn't make any sense. Like, the green should pass every time if that's what it is. And I should never pass a red or barely ever pass a red.
Really
and
gonna
I
push
just...
this? I'm listening. You know that? It's possible I might be let...
There you go.
Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once. You get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. Follow me.
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
It took how many tries? Like 15?
They tell me it should only take a moment.
Yeah, I'm playing... I picked a cook, and so I've been meleeing people with an axe to death.
And...
Because I'm an old lady who was a chef who makes edibles for people.
Don't make me regret this, Captain. It's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all. Code generators just this way. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. Code generators just this way.
Yeah, I just trying to make it fun. So if you look at me, I look like a really old lady. I'm an old lady. I don't know. I only have the this is like pretty early in the game so far, Arcane. I have the chick that looks like Daenerys from Game of Thrones. And I have the crazy fanatic guy. I don't think I have anyone else so far. I'm only level 8, Arcane. Yeah, it looks like I have dreadlocks or something. I'm that old hippie lady.
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Are you working toward that?
That's kind of what I've been doing. Just fucking around, you know? I guess we're gonna be fighting because... I mean, it's more than a minute, Berserker. More than a minute! I was yelling for my mods. I had to ban people myself.
This isn't what I expected at all.
What is this shenanigans?
It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy.
Fired. Berserker's fired. Out here having to do my own modding, it's like... Fuck.
It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way.
Let's do this.
Nice board games.